At what point does your passive income dream turn into a second job you never applied for? If you're stacking doors and telling yourself you'll figure out the management piece later, later has a funny way of arriving all at once. Let's be honest, the whole pitch of real estate investing is freedom, right? You buy a property, collect the rent, sip something cold, and watch the cash flow in while the world spins. But somewhere between Unit 1 and Unit 10, a lot of investors quietly become the thing they were trying to escape an employee, except the boss is a broken water heater at 2 in the morning. The question isn't really how many units in a vacuum, it's how many units can you manage before the management itself becomes the investment, demanding more time, energy, and emotional bandwidth than the returns justify. Think of it like spinning plates. 1 or 2 plates is a party trick, but at 8 or 9, you're not spinning plates anymore. You're a circus act with no net. Most investors operating solo can reasonably self-manage up to 4 or 5 single-family rentals, assuming they're local, reasonably updated properties with stable tenants. The moment you cross that threshold into the 5 to 10 unit range, you'll start noticing that your evenings, weekends, and mental load have been quietly annexed without a formal announcement. Here's the fascinating irony. The more successful you are at acquiring units, the more your success punishes you if you don't have systems in place. You went into real estate to stop trading time for money, and now you're trading more time for slightly more money, which is just a job with worse HR. The industry rule of thumb, and experienced landlords will debate this fiercely over coffee, is that somewhere around 5 to 10 units is when a professional property manager stops being a luxury and starts being a mathematical necessity. But here's what that rule misses. The type of units, the tenant class, the geography, and your own temperament matter enormously in that calculation. A single investor managing 10 Class A condos in one building is living a fundamentally different life than someone managing 10 scattered single families across 3 zip codes with Class C tenants and aging roofs. One of those people is answering emails. The other one is driving 40 minutes to argue with a tenant about a dishwasher that technically still works. Historically, real estate cycles have rewarded the patient accumulator who builds systems early and punished the reactive investor who adds units faster than infrastructure. There's a reason the most seasoned portfolio holders, people running 50, 100, 200 units, almost universally say they wish they'd hired management sooner, not later. The psychological cost is the part nobody puts in the spreadsheet. Decision fatigue, conflict avoidance, guilt over raising rents, emotional entanglement with tenants' personal situations, these are real drains that erode your judgment and your joy, and no cap rate calculation accounts for the Sunday evening dread of an unread text from Unit 4. A full-time property manager or a professional management company charging 8 to 12% of collected rents sounds expensive until you price out your own hourly rate against the hours consumed. If your portfolio is generating, say, $6,000 a month, and you're spending 30 hours managing it, and you could be spending those 30 hours on acquisitions, your W-2 job, or just being a functional human being, the math gets real interesting real fast. The misconception most new investors carry is that professional management is for big portfolios, that it's somehow cheating, or a sign you haven't figured it out yet. That's backwards thinking. And it's the kind of thinking that keeps good investors stuck at 3 doors for 8 years because they're too busy being a landlord to become an investor. The practical lesson history keeps handing us is this: build the management infrastructure before you feel like you need it. Because by the time you feel like you need it, you're already behind. Treat your portfolio like a business from Unit 1. Keep your process disciplined, your emotions out of lease negotiations, and your position sizes modest enough that one bad tenant doesn't crater your month. At the end of it, this isn't really about a magic number. It's about the kind of investor you want to be and the kind of life you want the investment to support. Discipline, proper sizing, and consistent systems will always outperform brilliant timing and sheer conviction with no structure underneath it. You can feel genuinely at peace with whatever scale you choose, 2 units, 20 units, 200, as long as the operation matches the infrastructure and the lifestyle matches the goal. A small, well-managed portfolio beats a bloated, chaotic one every single time. And the investor who knows their limits is usually richer in every sense than the one who doesn't. Whatever stage you're at, Whether you're buying your first rental, scaling your portfolio, or just trying to figure out who should be managing what, we can help you get started in real estate investing, connect you with home contracting work, and find the right lenders for your situation. So check out our links in the description below.